Greetings, all you Jackson Jennets, and welcome to your daily dose of donkey with Ginger. It's our power ranking show. It's time to hear the power index for week 8 going into week 9. If I go a little quick, I'm sorry. Twitch has been crazy with me, so this is the third time I'm trying to record it, as it just seems to like to cut off or make me skip around today. But without further ado, let's bring you your Donk Nation Top 10, which is the cumulative rankings between Gingy's, Laskers, and the Power Index. Coming in at number 10, you got your Vegas Raiders. Henry Ruggs might be, well, he got cut by the team, might be looking at prison time, 2 to 20 years, based off allegedly driving his vehicle 150 miles an hour, running into some lady at 127 miles an hour at 3 in the morning, being twice the legal limit while drunk driving, having a gun on his lap, just not a good situation for that young man. You give all the condolences to the victim's family. You hate to see young people make dumb decisions that are going to affect their life forever, but they need to be held responsible. And for Ruggs, bad news for him, bad news for the Raiders, but that doesn't even matter because what's more important is the lives that were affected with the decision this young man made. And then we get to number 9, your New Orleans Saints. Jameis Winston got hurt, but they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Good news on them. They've also beat the Green Bay Packers. Let's not sleep too much on this Saints team. Coming in at number 8, you got your Baltimore Ravens. 7, your Tennessee Titans. 6, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And number 5, Buffalo Bills. Number 1 offense, number 1 defense. 4, Dallas Cowboys winning with Cooper Rush at quarterback instead of Dak Prescott. 3, your LA Rams, and they just traded for Von Miller. 2, you got your Green Bay Packers, who just beat the number 1 team on this list, the Arizona Cardinals. But I'm going to let you know, the Power Index is not a fan of the Packers, as their points against average and really their offense right now are just middle of the pack. And now, since you know the Donk Nation Top 10 for the Power Rankings, let's get into your Power Index. Starting at the bottom, we'll go 32 through 20 pretty quick. You got Detroit. They looked hapless last week. Still winless. You got Houston, Miami. Not really looking up for either of them. You got Jacksonville and the Jets. No, Jacksonville maybe not, but the Jets just beat Cincinnati. That gives them 2 good wins on the year. They did it with some random backup quarterback I had never heard of in White, throwing the ball a jillion times. Hey, 2 big wins. Maybe that gets them going. Saleh's a great defensive coach out there. Just saying. You got Washington and the Giants. Both teams, what's there to say? They don't have offense. You have Chicago. Gotta say, Fields has looked a little interesting. Atlanta, San Francisco, veteran quarterbacks just not doing what they should do in both those spots. Philly, they got a huge win with 44 points against Detroit. Seattle, Geno Smith keeping them in it until Russ comes back. And then at 20, Kansas City. Good offense, but turns the ball over a lot. Defense that really can't stop anybody. Though they did hold the Giants to 17 points. Coming in at number 19, you got your Colts, another tough loss. You got your Browns at number 18, another loss to the Steelers. They should be used to that by now. But really, this team looks like the sum of the parts is a lot less than the team is a lot less than the sum of the parts. And that has to be coaching held responsible. Carolina, another spot where who knows what's going on there, but they have a great defense right now. But a coach who's allegedly half in, half out. Minnesota, maybe it's time to move on from Zimmer, and maybe they're realizing bringing in Kirk Cousins was not a good idea for the money they gave him. Now let's go 15 through 11. You got your LA Chargers, young quarterback, streaky team. Defense needs to step up. Denver, defense is really good, but you just got rid of your biggest playmaker. And the offense, maybe Drew Lock is better than Teddy, but we'll see. Pittsburgh, big moving up here. They come up to 13. Defense is getting it done. Offense needs to step up, clearly. You got Vegas. The offense needs to keep going without Ruggs, and the defense needs to step up for the number 11 Raiders. Top 10. Baltimore, Cincy, 10-9. AFC North teams, both have shown flaws. Both have shown big wins. Both have good young quarterbacks. See where they can go. Number 8, you got your Tennessee Titans. Can Adrian Peterson and any other back they put in there make up for the loss of King Henry? We'll see. I personally don't think so. Number 7, your New Orleans Saints. Can they find a quarterback to take over for Jameis Winston? Because they definitely need it. Number 6, your Green Bay Packers. the power index is all about stats, so they don't like teams that just get the job done. They want teams that go out there and put up. And the Packers have been a team that have put up by just winning, and that's all that matters in the league, but the index, not a fan of it. Number 5, you got Tampa Bay. Are they ever going to learn how to beat New Orleans in the regular season? Better question is, does it matter if Tom Brady has magic in the playoffs? Number 4, your Dallas Cowboys. Cooper Rush did all he could to keep them in the top 5. That's all he needed to do. Hold off till Dak gets back and see what that offense can keep doing. That defense needs to start getting back to its early season form, though, as it's given up a little more points recently than it had. Rams come in at number 3. This could be a team with a huge up arrow with that offensive potential they have and adding Von Miller to that defense. Who are you going to double team, Vaughn or Aaron Donald? Because it can't be both. Buffalo coming in at number 2 because the power index loves the fact that they are top in offensive points scored, top in defensive points allowed, and the best turnover margin in football. And then we have number 1, your Arizona Cardinals, coming off a loss to Green Bay, but still have a top 5 offense, top 5 defense, and still, in terms of points expected, the number 1 team, which is why your power index number 1 is the Arizona Cardinals once again. Time to move on. Gingy, Laskers gave me their power rankings. I got to give them to you. Let's start with Gingy. 10-1, you got the Vegas Raiders, New Orleans Saints, Tennessee Titans, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baltimore Ravens coming in at 6, way above the team that beat them, the Bengals, but I'm sure me and Gingy will have a talk about that, and I'm sure it has a lot to do with how'd you lose to the Jets and stay as a top 10 team. Buffalo comes in at number 5, and here's the run of the 4 teams that just seem interchangeable to me. Dallas at 4, Rams at 3, Cardinals at 2, Packers at 1. All those seem to be interchangeable as far as I've seen. Then we go to Laskers, very similar bottom. Vegas, New Orleans, 10-9, but then Baltimore at 8, Tampa at 7, Buffalo at 6, Tennessee all the way up there to 5. You know Laskers loves Adrian Peterson with that ranking. Then your top 4 interchangeable teams, but Laskers has them slightly different as it goes Rams, Dallas, Cardinals, Packers. So a little difference there. You know, someday, some point, I'm going to bring you a comparison that says Gingy, Laskers versus the power index numbers. Who did a better job at predicting where these teams are going to end up at the end of the year? Obviously, the site test is huge. Obviously, the numbers are huge. Obviously, it's going to transform from here to there based off injuries. But it's always fun to look back at some point. So I'm going to let you know that will happen. And as you guys know, we don't do shout-outs on this show because I expect if you want to hear our shout-outs, you love to hear our banter. That means you need to listen to the flagship that comes out on Friday or Saturday, the Steelers Talk, focused on, obviously, Steelers. It's called Steelers Talk. Come on, people. But we also focus on the AFC North football, as that is our division. That is what we know. That is our backyard. So we could at least bring you that. So I'm looking forward to all of you viewing back in, all of you giving me your opinions, all of you giving me your comments. And Donk Nation, Steeler Nation, the biggest movers of the week, the Pittsburgh Steelers, up 4 spots, along with a couple other teams, Denver and the Jets. But it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, the biggest movers on the power index, up 4 spots. That means Donk Nation, that means Steeler Nation. We're moving up, and we need to wave them if you got them.